What's up, YouTube? Today I'm going to be reviewing my Glock 17. If you already own a Glock 17 or you're thinking of owning a Glock 17, you've done your research and everything, then you probably already, everything I'm going to say, you've either read it or you heard it already. So if you fall into that category, then you should just tune out of this video because, you're not going to hear anything new. But otherwise, I'll commence with the review. So this is the Glock 17. Glock, probably everyone in the world has heard of Glock. Even to the uninformed, or even in a lot of these ridiculous Hollywood movies, you'll see, when the characters reference guns, they typically reference a Glock, or when they show a handgun, typically it's a Glock. And, it just has world-renowned fame. Not only, being in movies and being a very, a gun that, typically police departments and, just people that work for, any kind of federal agency, local police, whatever, they typically carry these because they're very rugged. There's a guy, his name is Chuck Taylor. Yeah, Chuck Taylor, he put 170,000 rounds through a Glock 17. I'm not sure if it was a Gen 1, a Gen 2, or a Gen 3 like mine, but he put 170,000 rounds through it before it had any part breakage. And that is insanely good. Not only in my opinion, but that's just insanely good. That's a gun shooting that many rounds and only having a part breakage then. I'll probably never shoot 100,000 rounds in my entire life. Okay, I'll probably never shoot that much, let alone through one gun. So, I would say that on those grounds, this is probably the best handgun in the world. Not just the Glock 17, but just Glocks in general. If you want to prove me wrong, go ahead and, send me a link. Send me a link to an article or a similar test that's been done with a non-Glock gun. And I will take back what I said. But anyways, yeah, it has a polymer frame. It's chambered in 9mm. These come with these plastic sights. I changed those out and I put the XS big dot sight on mine. You can't really pick up. Okay, there you can see the big dot right there. This is my nightstand gun essentially. And for that purpose, I use XS sights. I know that there's some people that could shoot. They could get like professional style, tight groups with big dots. I'm sure there's a lot of people that could do it, but I sure as hell can't do it. And most people that I've seen shooting with them sure as hell can't do it. So if precision shooting is your intent, you should really consider that. Personally, for precision shooting, I like just the traditional sights, just the, either the 3-dot or hell, even the Glock factory sights it comes with are good too. These come with they typically come with 3 magazines, 3 17-round magazines. That's standard capacity for these, but I live in California, so, I'm limited to, these crappy 10-round mags. Sucks, I know. Great gun. Extremely easy to take apart. Look at that. That was maybe 2 seconds. You could see. And about the Glock's fame, I think that a lot of the Glock's fame, I don't know the source of how it started exactly, but the thing about it is that there was a perception of a lot of people that, this was an all polymer gun, meaning that, people were going to get it in through the airport, and just a bunch of stupid rumors, a bunch of stupid, unfounded rumors that are just false. Because, as you just saw, the entire upper part of the pistol is metal. And although the majority of the polymer is on the frame, well, actually all the polymer is on the frame, it has metal melted into the polymer. And if you were to take out the polymer, the metal, which, has the polymer melted around it, the gun would not be able to function. And yeah, you would get an unfunctioning gun. I don't see how in any way, shape, or form, you would be able to get this through an airport scanner. and just a great gun. I mean, not much more I could really say about it. And yeah, I put lots of rounds through this, maybe a couple thousand so far. I mean, I've had this gun for a while. Every failure I've ever had with this gun has always been related to the ammo. You know, either bad primers or underpowered ammo. You know, I've never had a parts breakage. I've never had anything that was directly related to the gun itself, which caused it not to be able to shoot. Yeah. You know, definitely something to consider. Definitely a gun to consider having. I mean, even if you're not a Glock fan, even if you don't like, you know, semi-autos, you know, you just like revolvers, you just like 1911s or whatever, that's fine. But I mean, you know, just to have one around, you know, just to have something that's just, you know, just dead nuts reliable, will work every time, you know, definitely something to consider. I mean, I don't get, you know, some people are so stupid. You know, there's this thing called, you know, fanboy syndrome. Well, that's what I call it, fanboy syndrome, where, you know, they think that anybody who doesn't own, you know, what they personally like is, you know, a complete idiot, and they need to, you know, they need to throw away what they have. You people are stupid. You could all go to hell. But yeah, I would say though, from an engineering perspective, this is by far the best gun ever made, the most reliable, the most everything. And I know you're going to say, oh well, XDs and, you know, the spring, you know, the Smith and Wesson M&Ps, you know, they're just as reliable. Yeah, but those guns are all copies. I mean, all these polymer frame guns came out once the Glock already came out. I mean, they're all copies. And I think the first company to copy Glock was Smith and Wesson when they came out with the Sigma, which is an ugly gun, but it's just dead nuts reliable. But yeah, you know, hope you liked the review. I hope I, you know, informed you on something that you didn't know. And correct me if I'm wrong, but, you know, it says Austria on the slide. They're assembled. I know for a fact that they're assembled. Like, for example, I live in the U.S., you know, so all our Glocks come from Smyrna, Georgia. I'm pretty sure that the materials themselves are made in Austria, and then they're just assembled here. But they could be made here. You know, maybe that changed. I don't know. You know, maybe somebody could correct me on that. But yeah, you know, tell me what you think. Rate, comment. Peace.